Hello, today we're here with Dave Mead of Mead's Primitive Longbows. Dave has come out today a little bit to talk to us about some of the products that we carry. Dave Mead works with Reptile Tool, and we are here to talk about Instant Bowstring and several other things. But first I'd like to introduce Dave Mead and have him show us some of his beautiful eastern red cedar bows and Osage bows, and even one he's going to demonstrate shooting today that has an instant bowstring. Sure. Show off that beautiful eastern red cedar bow, the white sapwood against the I'm going to zoom in on you here just a little bit. The beautiful, turn him over right there in your hand so I can see that beautiful heartwood. Rotate him around, and that beautiful sapwood. That bow is about how long?
65 inches.
Wow, and will draw how much?
This is about a 35-pound bow. Here's a flat bow out of cedar. This one's also probably about 65 inches. Osage orange snaky bow. This is a 40-pound bow. It is 61 inches. Here's a couple of hickory bows. This is not strung. This is really short, but it probably pulls 70 pounds. This is a lightweight bow that you maybe use, your kids could play with for a long time, or you could hunt rabbits with this. A 42-inch West Coast Indian style sinew-backed cedar bow. And you can get 24 inches of pull out of this 42-inch
wow.
stick. This is my personal hunting bow. This is about 50 pounds at 27 inches, all sapwood cedar.
Wow.
It's got string fall, so it's easy to draw. It's just a sweet shooter.
Turn around and shoot the pig there for us, okay?
Shoot the pig.
The pig must die, okay? I can't fully convey how sweet and how smooth these little bows are, but shoot the pig. Excellent. I couldn't let Dave have all the fun, so I had to go and build my Instant Urban Day Zero bow. Most NATO pallets are 42 inches long. If you'll take, and I cut these out of a pallet from behind the shop. This looks like white pine, I think. If you will cut 2 strips, okay, generally about the width of 2 fingers, 1.5 inches or so wide, considering you don't know the wood, you take 2 strips like this, and I usually judge my bows by my height. A lot of English longbows and other things were done like that. You take 2 long strips like this, come back in and cut 2 notches here, and basically tie these 2 pallets together like this so you can begin forming a bow. If you'll come in and shave a little bit so that you can begin to get at least a little flex toward the tips and thinning, okay, you can build a bow. If I have my Instant Urban bow and a lovely river cane arrow, let's see, am I in good form here?
Excellent.
Should I shoot the pig?
Kill it.
Pig.
Shoot the pig. Shoot the pig.
Shoot the pig. Now, hang on. I want to shoot one more arrow. I couldn't let go of that, so basically, if you are going to be the ultimate urban archer, you can split pieces out of a pallet, square, okay? We call it instant arrow. Use instant bowstring for fletching here, as we're going to show you in just a minute. Set up an arrow, and then a little bit later in this, I will show you how to put instant arrowhead on there. Okay? Dave, what is your least favorite part of putting together a bow?
The string.
I have to agree with you as a bow maker myself. Strings have never been my favorite part. We're going to show these people in just a moment how to make an instant bowstring from the Instant Bowstring product. Hello, I'm Hank with Reptile Toolworks. I'm here with Dave Mead, and I wanted to take just a second today and introduce you to a product that we're launching that we're very excited about. This is Instant Bowstring. It also goes in some other markets under the name DIY strap or tie. But the bowstring kit we specifically put together, I have a passion for archery, as does Dave. And 3 or 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to come in contact with this product on an industrial scale. I immediately saw how much I enjoyed it and saw the need for it. So in just about 2.5 minutes, I'd like to show you how to make a bowstring. 15 feet of the product is located on the interior of this lovely little roll, okay? To make an instant bowstring, choose the bow that you're going to make a string for, pull out enough instant bowstring for the length of the bow, okay, plus just a little bit, maybe a foot, okay, cut it to length. I'm going to take this product, now this particular product is 700-pound tensile, okay, this will pull or support 700 pounds of linear pull. Don't need that with a bow, and it would also be pretty thick, so what I'll do is come to the top of it and I'll split this down to make a 350-pound tensile string. Now that may be more than you need, and as Dave sometimes says, if you're going on down to 40-pound bows and things like that, split it again, but for the bow we're making, we'll go ahead and take an over-length piece of basically 350-pound test. Come to one end of it and just twist it so that it forms a twisted cord. And what I'm going to do is twist it down far enough to make a loop, okay, just like this. That loop is going to be my open slip knock loop on my bow. Come down enough so that that loop is going to stay open, and I'm going to tie an overhand knot right here. Now you're going to see this in the instructions, but I want to show you how to make a bowstring real quick. Pull it down so there's a little tag left there. Pull it tight with your finger. The material is wonderful. It immediately forms a really good knot. You can work it out right now, but if you have to take it out later after you get some tension on it, you really have to work at it. It makes a great knot. I'm going to take the bow itself and I'm going to string. I'm going to slip this up on the nock to give me a place to start. I'm going to lay it down, and what I'm going to do is come back here, and if you'll just pinch the material so that it's round, it rolls a lot easier. I'm going to start rolling this material up. I've rolled that much of it up. I'm going to extend the bow out a little further. Come back here on the back of it. I'm going to pinch it together. Continue twisting in the same direction to form a nice, tight, pretty round string. You don't have to twist it excessively. Twist it until it becomes a round string, and then you're in good shape. Okay? You notice I put the end in the nock up here, and I'm working on the opposite end of the bow. I'm going to come in and set up to brace the bow. Step through it. I'm going to put this gently behind me. I don't want to damage this absolutely beautiful bow. Now, these make a great tillering string, okay? The other half that I just stripped off, twist it up until it's nice and tight, and I'm going to brace the bow back and wrap it around there. Now, I can hold it right here very comfortably as I set my brace height, okay? So I'm going to pull it in a little bit further, kind of lock it over and check it. That looks pretty good for my brace on this bow. Now, holding it here, what I'm going to do, can you see me? I'm going to go back and trap that with a half hitch. And what I do on this end is I'm going to pull it till it comes to the center, wrap it around this way, make sure it's nice and twisted up, and then what I'm going to do is simply step in here and put one half hitch, okay, and another half hitch. I'm going to let him seat a little bit. I'm going to check my brace again. When you want to take up this extra, if you simply come through here, catch this, and turn the tab so that you're forming an overhand knot on the string, you can tighten it up, pull it down, you're good to go. When you get ready to unstring it, come back. Remember the loop we opened up earlier? Okay? You can just flex the bow and remove the loop from that end, and you're good to go. I want to take just a second and show you how to put in the Noc Knot that is also shown. There's some knots in there called the nail knot and a few others, but if you will strip off, when you're ready to put your nock on, strip off a strand of instant bowstring about, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches long. One single strand will do it. This single strand is basically 40-pound test. Okay? Pretty tough too, if you notice there. Take that single strand, take an arrow, decide where you're going to put your nock, okay, on this side, and then holding the strand like this is shown in the instructions too, you're going to form a loop, okay. I'm going to form that loop, put this tag in through it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, making the knots lay side by side. Then I'm going to pull it and let it close. Okay, now the material itself likes to take a knot, but it resists it. So you can move this up and down a little bit so you can scoot it. So I'll scoot it up to where I want it. Move this side down. I'll then pull the knot closed. You see where the knot has pulled down and tightened up? Pull both ends tight. Okay. Trim off the excess without cutting your new bowstring. Now the one thing about it, as far as a nock point goes, I'll tell you, while it's loose, you can move it up and down the string. Once you tighten it up, this particular product on this knot, it does not move. You have a permanent nock there. Instant bowstring. Instant bowstring itself has so many uses in relationship to tying, wrapping, strapping, cording, lifting, whatever you're interested in. We take the next step in a little bit and show you how to make a instant quiver, an instant arrowhead that goes along with this product, as well as an instant arrow for survival purposes. We've had time to talk about Dave Mead, the bow maker, here with us today. We've talked about how to make an instant bowstring. Then we have demonstrated a beautiful little day zero bow. I would like to show you a product that we have just now launched, okay, that we're very excited about. We discovered as a part of this package that instant bowstring actually makes a reasonable survival fletch. With a box of instant bowstring in one hand, I have the availability to string 2 bows, make enough instant fletching for 8 arrows. If you will peel off instant bowstring from the roll, cut it to length, treat it as you would a flat feather. And what we do here is we show this in detail in the instructions, but you can go ahead and tie it down here in 3 places, fold it over, put a little bit of a hump in it here so it acts like a feather, and tie it down. This makes a reasonable emergency day zero arrow. This will let you shoot a bird so that you can claim some feathers off of it and move forward. We decided why not go ahead and round out the kit, so we developed Instant Arrowhead. In the back of your instant bowstring case, this guy lays flat, and what this is a polished stainless steel metal disc that has been stamped, okay, with a patented method we're doing that allows you to use it to produce not only a tool to cut nocks in your arrows, but also 8 functioning 7/8 inch wide sharp serrated arrowheads that allow you to use an instant arrowhead to make pretty much an instant arrow. Instant arrowhead is designed so that when you break it apart, okay, you're actually producing the incredibly sharp edge that's been stamped into it. So I snapped this in 2, and I now have 2 incredibly sharp surfaces right here. If you take one of these, split a stick, slide this into the split in the stick, overwrap it with a single pulled off section of instant bowstring, you have a saw. This little instant saw is capable of making and made these knock points by sawing in at 2 angles. It's a beautiful serrated surface that acts as a saw. You can then turn the arrow around, and this is basically a found item. It's been heat straightened. Okay, find your sapling, heat straighten it, cut you an instant knock in one end, or an instant knock in one end, come down to the other end and hold it. This saw actually produces a beautiful slot in the opposite end of this. When you have this slot produced, okay, you can then come back. Now you have 4 instant arrowheads here, but right now we're using it as a saw. You can come back to this area and snap off an instant arrowhead. Now be careful when you do that, because what you're doing when you break those open and off is creating a very sharp surface. We put 2, okay, little pellets of glue inside each of the containers that have the instant arrowhead. So the new instant bowstring will contain not only instant bowstring, but a 8 instant arrowhead disc, hot melt adhesive, couple needles, and a couple fish hooks. These little arrowheads, slip them in, take the hot melt adhesive, take another split twig and hold them over a heat source and you get it warm, glue it in with hot melt adhesive, take a single strand of instant bowstring and tie it up, and what it produces for you is an absolutely beautiful serrated, razor sharp, 7/8 inch wide, this is legal to hunt with in Kentucky, point. You have enough stuff to build 2 bows, string them, fletch enough arrows to start putting food on the table or protect yourself. You've got enough points for 8, okay, really good, high quality arrows. You got enough string to put it all together. It doesn't take too long for you to go ahead and develop some form of found bark instant quiver, all right? And with this and 8 fletched arrows in my hand and a survival bow of some type or the other, if my job is surviving until tomorrow, my toolbox is getting pretty full.